Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing my out-of-box review for the HG Iron-Blooded Orphans Carta's Graze Ritter. Now this is finally up to our 5th version of the Graze in the HG 1144 scale. And I have to say, this might actually be my favorite. When this one was first announced, if you'll remember, I said I was not really too excited about another version of the Graze coming out, as much as I like the design of the Graze in general. But after building it, I gotta say, I think this one is probably going to be my favorite. I was just liking the original Graze, and the Graze Kai I also really like quite a bit as well, just for its kind of unique look. But this one, I gotta say, I mean, the original Graze and the Graze Kai I think are really cool looking grunt suits. This one is definitely looks like a sort of like elite version of the grunt suit. I think it really captures that look really nicely. The colors are really cool. The red striping on there, although it is disappointing that it's all stickers. I mean, it's kind of, you'd have to expect that in HG. I think the way that those color apps are, I think for them to make those into colored parts, I think probably was not ever going to happen, right? So not in this scale, not at this price point anyway. And that is another good point to make, is that luckily these kits are cheap enough. I think having many different versions of the Graze, is not going to cost you too much if you're a fan of the design in general. And if you already have maybe 1 or 2 or even 3 different HG Graze kits already, I would still recommend getting this kit. I really like this kit a lot after building it, and this is the 5th Graze that I've built, so I think that should say something there. And also just want to say a big thank you, of course, to MindFenix Hobby Store for sending me the kit, not only to just enjoy myself quite a bit, but also to share with you guys. So big thank you to them in Australia. If you guys are living in Australia, do go ahead and check out their site. Link is down below, of course. And so yeah, let's just go around here. We can see the inner frame is going to be the same gray color as usual. The red striping is all stickers, and then otherwise it's all in this kind of teal color and black, which also really looks good. We don't see black like as one of the major colors on a suit. It's the secondary color in this case, but still, usually black is kept pretty minimal on most kits. It's not often we see this much of it, and even still here the dominating color is of course the teal. But the black accents here, the secondary black there, is looking really nice. I think it definitely looks cool. This is one of those kits, a lot of times when I want to go to paint a kit, I really, most of the time, go for a custom color scheme. This is one of those kits I would probably try to keep it as close to this color scheme as possible, or maybe just some very slight adjustments if I'm going to paint this kit, and I do plan on painting this kit eventually. But yeah, I just really like the colors for this. So, and let's go ahead and take a look at the articulation a little bit, but it's going to be the same as the past 4 versions of the Graze, so it shouldn't be anything too extraordinary that I need to point out to you guys, but we'll just give you a little bit of a closer look at this anyway. This headpiece, the sticker on there is not going to be looking great. Of course, we're going to have this crease, or like the seam and the sticker on the top of the head. Best bet is going to be painting that, of course. The head is still going to open up. There we go, and we do have that sticker inside there. Of course, yellow stickers on the parts inside the chest, as well as this one here on the back. It's going to be the same yellow stickers we've had with the other versions of the Graze. This headpiece on here does seem, I mean, you have to get it right in the right position, otherwise it can like be kind of wrong. Just make sure you check that it's in the right position there. And the shoulder armor, it just is going to disintegrate when I touch it apparently. There we go, that's more like it. Now, to be honest, this kit has been, I snapped this about a week or so ago, maybe even more. So it's just kind of been sitting for about a week, and that tends to make the parts kind of loose. So the parts connection on everything is fine, but just to keep in mind that only happened just because these parts, this kit has just been sitting around for a while. Just in normal use, normal posing and things, everything works fine. So the parts here on the side are going to open up. This part on the outside is going to open up like so. And if you remember from the unboxing, there was a really cool pose there with it sort of like flying with these all opened up. Inside we do have a thruster bell inside there in black. So it's going to be kind of hard to see. And some pretty nice detail in there. It's not totally blank. underneath these parts, so you got a little bit of detail, which is nice. Other new parts here is on the chest. We have some nice little detail there. Otherwise, this chest part, instead of just one piece and then one piece for the sides, it's a piece there that goes around the back, and then this black piece, and then this teal piece that fits over the top of that. Nice. If you do want to make the regular Graze Ritter and not this Carta's custom version, then that chest piece and the head piece comes with the Barbatos 6th form. I'll show you that a little bit later. The thigh parts are also new. They just include this thruster booster pod kind of thing here on the side of the leg that is just able to rotate around. It is on a ball joint, but you aren't going to get like too much movement side to side, a little bit like that, but mostly just rotate. The feet are new. They don't look it at first, but these feet are actually a little bit taller. You can see inside the foot we have some like hollow space there. That's how much it's raised from the normal foot. So this Graze is going to stand a little bit taller than the normal Grazes as well, so the legs are going to be stretched a little bit longer. I think also really it's just like little things like that that also add to the overall look of this kit. So that's really all there is that's going to be anything new really to talk about too much. So let's go ahead and talk about the accessories. Unfortunately with the accessories it's not a lot new, as we just have the same axe we've had before, the same rifle we've had before. But the new weapon that we have is this sword. Unfortunately, all molded in black, so you will definitely have to do some painting on that. It just has one peg there for plugging it onto the side skirt if you want. Otherwise, if you want to hold it in the hand, just slides down into the hand. There's no sort of notch or anything on the handle to hold that in place, but it holds it perfectly fine. Nice and long compared to the size of the kit itself. You can see it's about, comes up to just about the chest. It's very dark compared to my black background there, so I hope you're able to see that okay, but quite long. But then that's it for the accessories, weapons, but we do have a bunch of extra parts which I think are definitely worth noting. We have the head parts of the original Graze, both the Commander one and the standard type. We have the leg thigh armor from the standard Graze. We have the original Graze shoulder armor, which could be very useful if you wanted to make the Barbatos, I believe it was 2nd form. If instead of having to take these off of your original Graze kit, you can use these, just repaint them, then you don't have to, you don't have to steal them off of any other kit. And we have the original just kind of chest piece if you want to use that, and the booster unit for the back skirt, for the making the ground type Graze. So this, can attach onto any of them if you want. It's great for customizing if you wanted to add some more thrusters. And then we have the ones that plug into the backpack for the space type. Now actually, the manual does show you able to make this space type by switching the thigh armor, giving it the normal Graze thigh armor, and these on the backpack to make a space type Graze Ritter apparently, so you can do that. I won't demonstrate that for you, but there you can see if you want to do that, that's all it is. I don't believe we saw that at any point in the anime, but that is an option for you. Now here you can see if you wanted to make the standard Graze Ritter and not the Carta's custom, you need to take parts from the 6th form Barbatos, so obviously the colors of the shoulder armor is not going to match. You will have to paint those, but it's just shorter. Just to compare that, you can see especially the side part there is much shorter. Also you're going to use this chest piece and this head piece, which are different, also included with the Barbatos. So the color of those is also going to be different. That's in like the same sort of like gunmetal color that's used for the frame of the Barbatos, rather than the black as it comes with in the Graze Ritter kit. So a little bit of painting required, but if you did want to, for some reason, make it the standard one, if you like, I don't know, wanted a team of them to make it like sort of in the anime when they were all like lined up, but then you'd have to buy like 10 of this kit and like 10 of the Barbatos 6th form. Would be kind of expensive, but you could do that I suppose if you wanted. And just in case you are wondering, here is what it's going to look like. All 5 regular standard release versions of the Graze. Here, of course, we do have a couple of P-Bandai kits as well, but excluding those, here are all our different forms of the Graze. We have the Schwab Graze, standard Commander type, the Ryusei Go or Graze Kai 2, as well as the Graze Kai 1 there to accompany our Carta's Graze Ritter. And as you can see, you can hopefully see there, the Graze Ritter is standing slightly a bit taller there. You can see definitely if you look at the feet, you can tell those feet are definitely a little bit taller on the Graze Ritter. Otherwise, I think, man, it'd be really, really hard to choose. They're all really cool, and yeah, I don't know. Which one is your guys' favorite? Let me know in the comments down below which one is your favorite version of the Graze. Anyone else have all of them? And what do you think? Or what, yeah, I don't know. You want all of them, or you hate all of them, or what? Let me know. But getting back to focusing on this kit, with this being the 5th version of this, there's really not a whole lot much else that I could say about the HG Graze kit in general, because you know it's going to share pretty much all the same pros and cons. It has the seam line on the side of the legs, but for the most part that's really the only seam on this kit, so not really too much to talk about there. The color separation I think is very good for the most part. There's going to be very few color apps that are going to be missing from this kit. On this particular kit, most notably, it's going to be on the sword more than anything. And of course, all the red stripes, but I mean, that seems pretty obvious, I guess. We do have the option, of course, like I said, if you do wanted to use those thruster units on the back skirt or the backpack, you can use those. It's nice that we have a lot of different option parts for this, as I said before. Articulation is great. The new parts work great. I did have the shoulder armor kind of come apart on me a couple other times as well while trying to pose this kit, so I think the shoulder armor is maybe a little bit touchy. You just kind of have to be careful with how you are removing that, or when I was switching the shoulder armor to put on the Barbatos' shoulder armor, it kind of fell apart again too, so you just kind of have to be careful taking that on and off. Your best bet is going to be just gluing it, painting it, and then just gluing it, and then you're going to be fine. So while I've said in past Graze review videos, I've never really been too much of a fan of holding the axe on the side skirt, but I do have to say, putting the sword here, this big long broad sword on the side skirt, I think does work for the look of this kit. It looks really good, I think. So in the past I've typically been just like, for the Graze kits, whatever it can hold in the hand, that's the weapons it's got. But this one is actually the first time where I really felt that, at least for me personally, I like that sword attached onto the side skirt. The rifle is still going to look pretty cool, but I think just with the look of the kit in general, I think probably just sticking to the sword is going to be like the most effective look overall, because I think it just really suits the, like I said before, really kind of like regal, sort of elite sort of looking look to the kit overall. So that's just about going to do it for my out-of-box review for the Carta's Graze Ritter. I didn't really talk too much about this in this review about Carta Issue, the character, the pilot. I really liked her character. I thought, as I said in the unboxing, she's really not the most like unique character trope, really, or even the most unique traits, but I just really liked her character design, and I thought she had some really interesting issues going on there with her character, so I, really liked her appearance. I enjoyed her appearance. And just spoiler alert, if you don't want to hear any spoilers about near the end of the series, just go ahead and cut the review off now, because it's pretty much the end. But Carta's death, I felt, was not handled very well, because like when she was like almost dead at the end of the episode there, one of the last episodes, when she was rescued there by Gaelio in the Kimara's Trooper, I thought he was rescuing her. It seemed like she was not gonna die, but then later they're like, oh, she's dead. And it's like, oh, wait, what? Because like it was really kind of like, it felt like they didn't, like, felt like she wasn't supposed to die, but then like they decided when they're writing the next episode, they're like, nah, it probably just would have been better if she just would have died. So like, well, we can't go back and change the last episode, well, so we'll just say that she died without actually having to show anything. And it was kind of disappointing, because she was like kind of one of the main bad characters. I mean, she didn't really have like the most screen time in the story, but she definitely had enough. I think deserved more of a kind of, some more kind of send-off in her death. I felt like, I don't know, just when her character was really starting to like show like her vulnerable side there at the end, and like her love for McGillis or whatever, and yeah, I don't know, so just I was kind of disappointed about that, but I did really enjoy her character. I'm really hoping that we get a Kara stand plate for her. I would really love that. Hopefully it's going to be announced sometime soon. I would be really happy with that. I don't know if that's going to happen though. If we're going to get a 1/100 scale of this kit, I would also wish for that, but I don't know if that's really going to happen. I know they've been advertising some parts like for the Graze Kai 1/100 scale kit that you can use the 1/100 scale Barbatos 6 form shoulder armor on that kit to make a sort of quasi Graze Ritter. So I don't know, we'll have to see, time will tell. I'd like 1/100 scale, I'd like a Carta stand plate for Carta, but that's just me wishful thinking. I really like this kit, highly recommended for you guys. If you do have any other questions or comments, of course, leave those down below. Thanks for sticking around and listening to my kind of sort of complaining about the story, but thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.